Rock the Bells family, your boy Torae back in the building. I told you we was going to have us a time today. I am very excited about this conversation that I'm about to get into with my brothers for a number of reasons. First and foremost, because they my brothers, man. Long before I met Tech and Still, long before I got a chance to tour with them, we've been around the world, before I got a chance to build with them, before I got a chance to learn and grow, I was just a fan in Coney Island, watching Video Music Box, listening to, Hot 97 and these guys. You know, when you heard that boot camp click, specifically when you heard Bucktown, you knew something different was happening. You know what I mean? Like, they renamed the borough. They came in and really kicked the door open for what Duckdown grew to be, and I'm just so honored to have them in the building with me. So yeah, man, let's make everybody in the room round of applause, man. Tech is still collectively known as Smif-N-Wessun, Coco Brothers if you a lawyer. No. My brother Smif-N-Wessun in the building. What's up, family?
Wagwan.
Everything blessed, man. It's been so long, guys.
Yes.
We just seen you last night.
Precisely my point.
But it's been a beautiful journey. It's been a beautiful
trip, man.
No doubt. I see what y'all doing there, alluding to joint to the album. We'll get into it.
There you go.
Infinity.
Famous step.
Infinity is forever.
Yeah.
And ever, we will be here forever. And that's how you guys chose to set off the brand new album. But before we get into the music, let's just get into the science behind Infinity and why that's the title of album number 8.
Album number 8.
So if you flip the Infinity around, I see what you're doing over here. You know what I mean? It's almost like I'm an MC or something.
Come on.
It's almost like I know something.
Smart, man. You got some smarts, man. Listen, man.
Your pen is lethal, brother.
It's you on point, man. Salute to KRS-One too. Like, we
sure.
borrow from the pioneers. And hip-hop, we just coming from celebrating 50 years of hip-hop. Yeah. Right? A lot of our elders, statesmen, is coming into 50, or as Tony Touch say, the fifth floor.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like, what does hip-hop mean to us, right? So one part of Infinity is us showing, like, our appreciation. Like, we did the shine, and we performed this across the globe. Mm-hmm. And what else do we have to offer? Like, this is a service that we provide. So, like, in our appreciation, we say and give thanks. Like, we will be here to do this work. If you appreciate it, we will be here. Thank you for giving us the fuel to provide this content, this healthy content that we can enjoy ourselves. It could be motivational. It could be somebody said, I'm about to go work out to the album right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, this is what we grew up off of. Like, I came in the door, I said it before. That's all of our rock. We all wrote that. You know what I mean? So it's like, we want to give something that you can walk home with and go, yo, thank you for allowing us to be in your homes like that all these years, and let's go. Let's keep journeying. You know what I mean?
The soundscape, right? The musicality, the production, the sharpness of the lyrics, the content, all of the things that encompass what this new project is, it's almost mind-blowing because you guys have been so productive for so long, high output, at a very high level.
Dig it.
How do you continue to push the envelope further?
I think it plays because we came in with a strong foundation from the beginning. I mean, boot camp wasn't no group that a label put together. This was real brotherhood and friendship from Brooklyn streets, Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brownsville, Cefalo, and I think we was family oriented and hard work driven with principles and morals from the beginning, and I think it just stayed with us. When you have somebody whose pen is as sharp and deadly as Buckshot, rest in peace, Sean P, and all the rest of our brothers that's rocking with us. When it's your turn to perform, it's like, because we got thrown into the lion's den. You know what I mean? Coming after that Black Moon album, it was treacherous.
Yeah.
And recording in the Dugard's kitchen. Rest in peace, Mama Dugard, the Beat Miners. That was a treacherous time back then in there. So you had to, as we say, strap the generals on with the fatigues and be ready to go all-nighters.
Man, listen, y'all raised the nation of us. Y'all raised the world of us.
Man.
You know what I mean? Hip-hop is worldwide. BCC is worldwide. Let's get into the title track from the new album. It's Rock the Bells Radio. Smif-N-Wessun in the building. Your boy Torae, we here. Rock the Bells Radio, bringing you that classic, timeless hip-hop. It don't get no more classic or timeless than my brothers. Tech and Still in the building. Smif-N-Wessun in the building. So we just heard the Infinity joint.
Yes.
Tech, you referenced the Source Awards, the infamous Source Awards with Outkast. Talk to me about that moment, because there's so much history. I'm sure you guys been a part of 7 billion iconic hip hop moments, but that one in particular, because I think that a lot of people look at that moment as a shift in the culture and the way that Atlanta and the South as a whole region wanted to not prove anything to New York anymore, but fuck y'all, we doing this.
Taking over, right? Yeah. It was definitely a shift in the culture. We was actually nominated in that category. Was it best album, rap category?
Best album or best rap album, something like that.
Best rap group.
Best rap group.
Outkast actually won it then. So that's why that bar is there. And just being in that atmosphere when you get to see how it was actually going down, and being that was the first and only Source Awards that ever took place, is just something that sticks out to you and stands out to you as a hip-hop moment that can never be duplicated or you can't go back to. And if there's a lot of people out there that don't even know about it, that would even happen, they might see the infamous video of Big Boy talking the way he's talking, but it was so much more that was happening during, and it was the people that was in that building night. That atmosphere was electric, man.
Yeah,
as
you
dope.
see some of those clips and you just kind of see as they scan the crowd who was in the building, it was a very big deal for the culture. The culture has changed and evolved so much. Obviously, none of us have a crystal ball or can see the future, but what does it mean when you guys look back to where you started to where you are now, how far everything has evolved with hip-hop as a business and the culture and the commerce, but also you in particular individuals?
Everything is a two-sided sword, right? Because we started in a place where we knew nothing coming from the hood, but then we had people like Drew High and Bucktown.
Drew High's in the building. Make some noise, Drew High.
Big Cheese in the building. Like these guys had us on chat rooms back then. Like, you know, like y'all going Chat GPT right now. Like we was Chat GPT back then.
Like we early MySpace.
Yeah,
days.
we was early with it. We had the 1-800 early. Like we was always thinking about ways to connect with the people. Like that's always been our core. We didn't have access to artists. We couldn't get the features. Like let's keep it a buck. Like nobody was rocking with us. So we literally had to get to know each other. And that made us strong there. So we see that now, like the Source Awards is great, but we trying to go to the Grammys. Like you at the Grammys now, so you asking me how the game has changed and has expanded.
If I'm at the Grammys, y'all at the Grammys.
That's a fact. So watch how we did that just now. And for next, so all right, we ain't win that time. We coming for the rap duo for this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely have a body of work that warrants recognition. And just to your point, still. Even in the logo, right, there was www.duckdown.com early, before people even was really on the web that. So just to talk about, you know, just the foresight and the understanding of where things were going. Yeah. Now, you know, y'all might have started in the hood in Brooklyn, right? But, you know, I want to get the people a real history. The priority situation comes around, right? It's big money. It's a lot of cars. Talk to me about that moment, and you know, from the grind to receiving a quote unquote payday.
It's yo, man. For me, like I'm not even into that. Like really, like when I got my bread, I was gonna get an Astro van, right? So I'm like, yo, we in the hood, like we need something that can get the people, like on like Wu-Tang, we need to get like MPVs and all of that. So it's like what I respect now is like we came from the hood, we didn't know it, we was open enough to learn, and if we knew then what we know now, which is here we are now, we know this and we know how to utilize these chats a little bit different. So all that the cars and stuff don't really mean much. It's like, all right, we got to make the impression a different kind of way. We know those things matter to certain folks. So, and we utilize these tools, but right now we want to get to the people and stay talking to the community, stay connecting with them. And that's the most important thing, really. You know what I mean? The music is just a backdrop, and all that other stuff, that's just fun, you know?
For sure. Right. The recognition does come with, you know, all of the work that you guys are putting in. I had the honor of not only hosting your concert a couple of weeks back, but being on stage and being in the moment where Senator Jessica Ramos presented you guys with that proclamation. What does that feel like, those moments, 30 years later?
Those are the those are the accolades that come from, like you say, putting the work in. Like you don't, when you start out and get into this, you just want your peers to accept you. You just want to bust your daughter, throw your joint, and have one of your peers will be like, yo, you killed that 16, that record is crazy.
Word.
So that's the accolades we look for. Now, going forward, with all the awards and nominations, then you could be like, okay, 30 years ago, I knew nothing about that, but I bled, sweat, and tears for this to get to this moment. So now it definitely feels good. Like there's artists out there who get shunned, who don't get no recognition, and I know that feeling as well. I know the double edge of it, like to be recognized and to not be recognized, but you still busting your ass putting that work in.
Yeah, hip hop does a lot for people, man. It heals people, man. It hurts people, but it primarily it heals people. It healed a lot of people. Like we up here recording this, it healed us from whatever situation we might have been before. It took us to a place. So it's like it's only right that we put that back in so we can get it. You've coming back behind us.
Infinity.
Yeah.
Keep going. Let's get into some of that hailing now. It is LL Cool J's Rock the Bells Radio. We're going to talk about this Rock the Bells cruise, but let's get into the album, man. What we playing? What y'all want to hear? What we doing?
We played Infinity already.
So let's hit him with Elephant in the Room.
We talking?
We
talking?
Let's get right to it.
It's Rock the Bells Radio, that raw. Classic timeless hip hop lives here. The culture lives here. My brother Smif-N-Wessun in the building. Your boy Torae is here. Elephant in the Room.
Yeah.
The internet, right? We was talking about the internet. We was talking about what happens on the internet. So the internet was privy to a moment in a conversation, and a lot of conversation came from that, was spawned from that. Tech, I would love to just open the mic and give you opportunity to talk about why you decided to address it in the song and overall what it all meant to you.
I felt it had to be addressed just like anything else you do, like especially in hip hop. We as artists, we utilize the pen, and if we don't write our own story, it's going to be erased and changed and remixed so much. So when people have the wrong version or vision or remix of what's something that happened when you wasn't there, and the person you're talking to was actually involved, it's only right as a man or anything that you correct them. Some things get out of line, heated situations it happens, but as a man, you have to stand your ground and be like, all right, listen, man, it didn't go down like that.
Copy.
By the time you got the story, you done got it from 5 different sources.
Yeah. You know, every pass down, a couple sentences changed.
We used to call that the Shucky Ducky remix. So by the time it get to you, it's something different. So again, if we don't tell our story, that's what's going to happen. It's going to get switched up. You're going to see, oh, well, I heard or I felt. Okay, those are good. Those are your opinions. That's your feelings. But let me tell you what happened. Let me give you an understanding of why it happened that way and what caused it and what was the effect from that cause. So now you have a clear picture from the horse's mouth of someone that was there, the elephant in the room, basically.
It'd be a lot of those, man. It's like it's too many to attack. Like, he be having to tell me, yo, nah, we ain't got to answer that one. Some of them you answer, some of them you have to address. So you use your filtration system
battles,
to see.
definitely.
Yeah. But when you say, like, for Tech is still, like, we have, like you said, we put in a lot of work. Yeah. We never look at it like that. We just doing what we doing. We moving and grooving, and we accept it in I would say every neighborhood. Not because we tough, everywhere. Not because we did dirt here, there. It's like we move with respect and we get respect. And that's important. It's like we want to talk about that. And it seems like when you look back at our track record, it seems like we did speak to that. So we get the respect because we address people with respect. And I'm like, all right, hip-hop allows us to have this tool as communication. We can fix all of those dramas. Y'all just trying to get clout right now, and you want the look. You might get the look. So sometimes we get distracted. And we're going to bring you back. You know what I mean? You're keeping the loop. You're keeping
Sometimes
the loop.
the look might not be the look.
It might be the look. You don't want to look like that. You know, look how you look. Look how you look.
Yeah.
Just because it got
Dumb
your
face,
attention.
yeah.
You know?
Dumb face. the Rock the Bells cruise, so sold out for 2 years.
Lord of mercy.
And I think as soon as I got back, Drew called me. You know, Drew called, you got to answer, right? Drew
Yeah, that's a
called.
fact.
Big
He's
dog.
like, yo, we putting on for Buckshot. Would you be down the whole? I think I was fresh off the cruise, like, you know what I mean? Like
Talk
a day
your
or
talk.
something.
Okay.
But of course, I'm going to show up for family all day, always.
Same
And
way.
Drew and I got to talking that night about the cruise and the possibility. And now it's fruition, right?
Yes.
Flyers out, the lineup is
Yes.
there.
Yes.
You guys will be there.
Yes.
Ow.
What are you looking forward to? Because I'm sure you've seen some of the content that's rolled out over these last 2 years. So what are y'all looking forward to on the cruise?
The dress
Truthfully,
code.
I'm just happy to
The
be there.
dress code.
I never even been on a cruise before. So
Don't wear that.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
It's gonna be a little too hot. Wear the short version. I got
Yeah,
I got a
yeah.
short version.
See, I got some closet joints I'm gonna pick from, but I just want to be on the water and feel the breeze, man. That's it, and enjoy the moment of there. We're gonna have our missus with us, our team, and just perform in front of those. Because I know that's going to bring so many different people from all over.
For sure.
And I just want to get them the Smif-N-Wessun experience.
I'll just say this from, my experience of being there. It's like you said, it's people from all over, not only just the country, but the world. People travel, and it's great to bring your family.
Right.
Rest in power to my queen, Kim. She came first year with her sisters, and it's a very family-oriented, hip-hop loving, cultural, it's just a utopia
It hit
of this
different.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hip hop can do different things. It don't always gotta be in the Lions Den. We love the Lions Den, but it don't always gotta be in there.
We want to hear Bucktown in the Bahamas.
You know what I'm saying? Let that up.
I had that ship rocking.
We want
Yo.
that. We need that.
So
Literally.
we've tried. We about to go to Paris next month. Like we'll put on for Paris. We'll perform an hour and a half, something like that. New York could get like a 30 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you ain't seeing some of these joints that we do. So when we at the joints, they be like, yo, do one-on-one.
Right.
Do la-la-la.
We
Do
need
da-da-da.
that.
Yo, all right, well, we got to open it back up.
Love that.
You know?
It's definitely a super time, man. I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
seeing you guys there.
definitely.
Let's get into some of the stuff from the album. We got Rest in Power again to our brother Sean Price
The GOAT.
and also Prodigy, man, on this Black Eminence joint. Talk to me about y'all relationship with Mob and P and how this record came to be.
Well, bless his soul, rest his soul, Prodigy.
Tech is the governor, by the way, but go ahead.
Me and Prodigy had a personal bond that we was starting to build and make stronger because, rest in peace, my bestie, Tiana, also suffered from sickle cell and passed away, which is another reason the album is called Infinity. She would always say, yo, I love you from infinity and beyond. And, we would sit down and build about the sickness of sickle cell, and she was in the process of thinking about getting a hip transplant, and he was just feeding my soul and energy so much information that I didn't know about.
Right.
And when I would pass it on with her, she would smile, and when they met, it was so beautiful. And we just built our relationship more and made it stronger off of that. So it really had nothing to even do with rap, with hip hop, with music. And then we did the tour with Mobb Deep, and that was so many different looks and feelings. So we had that verse actually tucked in a way. We just didn't have the right canvas for him to paint this joint on. And then when we got with Ninth Wonder and Soul Council, I think soon as the beat came on, Ninth was like, yo, you know who I could hear on this? P. We like,
You're like, well,
which P? He like, P,
Right,
Sean?
right,
He like,
right.
nah, Prodigy. And the shit just went off. Bling, we got a P verse tucked. So it's God's timing, man. It just happened organically and natural. And the people are really, that's one of the standout joints. All of these joints is really stand out on
Stellar
it.
project.
Infinity album.
sure.
Appreciate it. But people, and I think it stands out because you haven't heard a P verse in so
in a minute,
long.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's still here with us, which he is, because energy never dies.
For sure.
And that's why we name it Black. I mean, it's because it's so it's poetic and justice in the same way it is justified for the people to hear out there.
Absolutely. Hearing Prodigy's vocals, you realize how much of a void there is without him putting out music, us hearing music from him constantly, because it's so distinct in his delivery and his wordplay and his wit. And so when you hear it, it's a feeling. We've all dealt with loss, and just like you said, you and Prodigy built, you and I built,
Absolutely.
on the loss that our love and that we've lost.
Right.
Obviously we all still feeling the fallout from Sean's passing. And even from the first album, even from The Shining, you guys have dealt with loss. How do you continue to push through and move on and honor the people that we've lost? Especially, I feel like now shit is happening far more rapidly.
Back to back. And it seemed like it's getting
Younger.
closer to your doorstep.
And it's getting right. I mean, shit was right at my crib.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like you said, we spoke about it. We speak. It's just, I think, I don't have a degree in that or how to deal with grief and pain. For me, I bury myself in the work and the music or whatever. And I think the more you talk about it, the more you release certain feelings where, like, you can't talk about it or you don't want to talk about it. Like, sometimes you talk about it, you get choked up, you start tearing. Right. And I think the more you let it out, you start to find a breakthrough. I'm not saying it gets any easier because there's good and bad days. Some days you wake up, you just want to bang your head and be like, damn, I missed that person. Like you said, a song could bring a remembrance and you just break down. Like, so, I mean, like, even when my pops passed and I had to get up and speak at his funeral, that's why I say on the record, I read from the book of Luther Vandross. That record, Dance With My Father, again, is so deep and it's touching. But when my pops was here, it didn't have the same meaning and effect. Yeah. And when you see someone that you, for me, is like one of the strongest men that I ever known, when you see them in that condition, it tears away at you and your personal. So just to be able to build it, which I think we have the foundation with my PNC, I got to get thanks for him and having a strong foundation and our ladies in our lives. It helps us navigate a little bit better.
Absolutely. Real talk here, man. It's Rock the Bells Radio. Let's get into something else off the project. What we playing? What y'all want to hear?
Let's go to Medina, man. Let's take him back to Brooklyn. In 95, we put out the single Bucktown. Yeah. You know what I mean? Representing Brooklyn, our borough. Yeah. And now we dropping the single Medina.
This is like a BQE version.
That's a fact to me. That's a fact. That line is very thin between East New York and Queens.
That's a fact.
So salute to our Queens people. Salute the Queens, get the money.
Sure, man. Featuring the great Pharoah Monch. New music from Smif-N-Wessun here on Rock the Bells Radio. It's Rock the Bells Radio. Your boy Torae is here. If you do not have this album, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but get your mind right.
On Charlotte.
Yeah, you wilding out there. Definitely get it.
Get your mind right.
30 years since The Shining. We're here now at Infinity. What's the biggest transition, difference, lesson, contrast in this project to this project?
I want to touch on something Tech spoke about in the last segment. Like, one thing we learned to realize is that rap is not only something that you can make money from and have fun. Like, you can use it as a coping mechanism. Like, you might not call it that, but that's what it becomes when you use it to scream on stage. Or if you never make it to the stage, you use it to just write down your thoughts. You know, so you have this tool that's used to heal. Like, when we came into the game initially, we were just having fun. We were smoking reefer, you know what I'm saying? Drinking 40 ounces. How would they say? Magic jazz cigarettes.
Yellow envelope.
Look at them jazz cigarettes. But we was having fun. Like, we was being creative. We was talking about stuff that was crazy, out of this world, outlandish. And then we realized, like, wow, we can talk about real stuff that's going on. And then some artists begin to peel back the layers of who they are. These are the ones who we begin to fall in love with, like a Sean Price, like a Prodigy, because they start talking about, I'm the brokest rapper you know. He makes you laugh. He makes you smile. He makes you cry, because hip-hop is wild uncomfortable. You got to be uncomfortable in this game to have to put on all of this face. So it's such uncomfortability, we get to try out our uncomfortability here. So it's it becomes all of our coping mechanism to be here. But let's not ruin it. You know, let's still have fun. Let's still utilize it to heal each other.
Another 50 years.
That's what we doing with Infinity. Like, now that's something that Ninth Wonder gave us too, because he's like, yo, you guys are top guys. Y'all up there with all of these guys. Y'all just need the production. Like he spoke to Mr. War and Evil D because he knew that's the foundation. We need the foundation. We don't need to have new beats and a new sound. We need a sound that accommodates Tech and Steel for the stuff that they do. So that's what Knife came as the Jedi. He knew what we needed. And Drew was calling the plays from the sideline because he seen this guy. I guess he was going to get a bagel or something. It's like, yo, Knife, we got to get back in the studio. Like I'm just saying like that because we're connected. Like it doesn't take this crazy thought to go, yo, what are we gonna do? You know, Tech and Steel is over here sitting going, we need to do something that's substantial. And Drew just happens to be antennas up. These guys is in the city. We meet each other. We polying. What are we talking about? Boom. Hey, yo, y'all want to go out there and get it done? Yo, yes, let's go. Where we going? Blank canvas. We don't know what we're going to say, whatever the climate is. We're all sad. We're going through depression. We need this vehicle to talk and communicate. So we're talking about our friendships, relationships, the trouble, the trials, the tribulations, the good times, the bad times, abusive times. And that's our reflective position on, like how the homies say, eternal reflections when you listen to Infinity. Over some soulful tracks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to the Soul Council.
Shout out to the Soul Council.
When I saw a Knife and he told me y'all was cooking up, I was just like, oh my God, this was a minute ago, and I couldn't wait because I knew the magic that could be, and I feel like sometimes I hype things up in my mind and don't live up to the hype, but this far exceeds my wildest imagination.
Knife said it's gonna be better than
how great it
Uh,
could be, and it materialized into that. I appreciate y'all.
Likewise.
I love y'all. Thank y'all. Listen, y'all, our iconic groups. You know what I'm saying? Our Rolling Stones, our Kiss, our Led Zeppelin, and all that shit they got. We got here.
Right.
Smif-N-Wessun. Catch them on the Rock the Bells cruise. Catch them on tour.
Yeah.
Go buy the album. The bundle pack is out there. Cause shopduckdown.com.
Yes.
Drew, cash at me.
Smif-N-Wessun.com. We got a dope
Drew,
bundle,
limited
limited
money.
edition bundle pack. By the way,
Zenobia.
it has a T-shirt, a
Cynical.
cassette player in it for a Walkman, like back in the days.
Yeah.
You could get your poly shine on with your new cassette tape for Infinity. Throw your headphones
all my skaters
on,
out there.
work out, skate, and go about your merry way, man.
Definitely,
the book
man.
coming soon.
Yeah.
So much.
Yes.
That just means I got to come back through before the cruise touches
Yes.
down.
Please do.
Or
Thank
we
you.
do it on the boat.
Let's
Let's
get it.
close out. We could talk all day, but Johnny's rushing me. Let's close out with this joint. Ralph Tresvant.
Ralph Tresvant is our new addition member to
Oh,
Smif-N-Wessun.
bars.
You see
bars.
it?
I see what you. This guy's all right.
Yeah.
He might have a future in this thing.
Congratulations to New Edition, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And congratulations to
NAACP
Smif-N-Wessun,
award.
man.
Thank you.
It's
thank
Rock
you.
the Bells Radio.
Shine, baby.
Peace and love.
Yeah.